Hey everyone, welcome to the longest running playlist on my channel, Where Are They Now videos, where we travel back in time to the same month 2 years prior and revisit those monthly favorites, and let's see if they're still around or what they've been replaced with. If you open up the description box right below me, you will see all kinds of links, and the top link is going to be the link to the original video, so you can compare and contrast current me to old me, which I've also done in the thumbnail if you're wondering why those are juxtaposed. Yes, just wanted to make sure I had all the syllables in there. That's the thumbnail from the original video next to this. So I have printed out the description box from 2017. There it is, handy description box. Glad I filled those out way back when. Gives me something to refer to. And I'll just go down the list, and if something has changed, I'll put in parentheses 2017 and then 2019 so you know what's new. All right, so the first thing from 2017 was this palette that I honestly haven't touched since then. This is the Violet Voss Pro Eyeshadow Palette in Taupe Notch. And I'm realizing as I'm going through this list that November was, or is going on right now, the Sephora, whatever they're calling it, VIB sale, beauty event. It's their big November sale. So these were things that I picked up in the sale 2 years ago, and this was one of them. So this is the Taupe Notch, I can't say it, Taupe Notch. And it's one giant neutral palette. So you'd think to yourself, Marnie, this is like your dream come true. Why are you not using this? I was 100% completely overwhelmed by all of these options. So I've said this in probably every video prior to this in this playlist, but one of the reasons I love doing this video is because I am reminded of what I already have. It's kind of a way for me to shop my stash. So this is getting pulled out, and I'm gonna play with it again. So I'm actually not wearing it right now. I'm wearing something else that I picked up in the current sale. So this is not a current favorite. I don't even know if it's still around. Didn't look before I filmed this video. But what I'm currently wearing and love is what I picked up in the Sephora sale. I picked up other things, but it's from the Sephora brand, and it's called their I Love palettes. They have 7, I think, palettes in the range. I talked about it in my Sephora sale recommendations. I'll do the linking. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that last week I went to Houston for a few days and met up with a bunch of my, I'd say bloggers, but everyone was a YouTuber except for one of us this time. There is a group text that I'm in. We text sometimes 100 times a day. There's 8 of us all together. Only 6 of us could make it out. We all converged into Houston. It was sort of the central location, and we hung out together for 3 days. We went shopping and just brainstormed ideas and traded tips and talked up to like 2 o'clock in the morning every night. We had a blast. But obviously we hit Sephora, and Amanda, known as Lux Mommy, here on YouTube and Instagram and on her blog, she recommended this shade. I was going for the light warm palette. She said, no, try the medium warm palette, and she was 100% right. So that is what is on my eyes right now. I think it is beautiful. And so this is my 2019 current favorite. You'll see this again in November favorites. I have a feeling. Now, back to 2017. I don't hoard all my palettes. I'm pretty good about decluttering a lot of things, but I do hold on to my Urban Decay ones because they're very different. They stand out, is what I'm saying. So this one was the Urban Decay Heavy Metals palette. I mean, just the packaging. How cool is this? So it's this huge mirror in the middle, and then you'll go blind. One side is jewel tones, beautiful. The other side, more my speed, all warm, more neutral shades. And I love them. And again, kind of like just put it to the side. I don't use it because it's not available anymore. And I know that many of you hate it when I wear something you can't get. I understand the frustration. I feel the same way when I'm watching other YouTubers, but they're very pigmented, beautiful metallic shades. So if you still have this palette and you forgot that you have it, this is a great time of year to pull out the palette because these shimmery, beautiful shades are so nice for this time. Well, for any time of year, but really great as we go into the holiday party season. Another favorite from 2017 was the Stila Written in the Stars liquid eyeshadow set. I can't remember which of these it is, to be honest. I have a lot of these Stila sets. It's probably this one, or one similar to it. These are the Glitter and Glow, which are, they're all liquid eyeshadows, but the Glitter and Glow ones obviously have glitter. And then they also made the Glisten and Glow, or Shimmer and Glow, which are more of like a foiled look to them. As you can see, a little more of a sheen, but not glitter. Here's another one. I love these. I have 4 of the shimmers and actually 4 of the glitters. I rarely reach for the glitters, maybe like a New Year's Eve kind of thing, but I do reach for the shimmers. I just actually picked up another set during the Nordstrom anniversary sale, and I love a foiled lid. I don't love necessarily glitter so much because I do like the sparkle and shine. I think we all do, but it's a lot. And I feel like you can get away with a very shiny lid, like a metallic lid, without the glitter. I think no matter how old you are, you can pull off just a gleam of shine as long as you have more matte going on everywhere else. Whereas if you have a packed lid full of glitter, very limited under normal circumstances where you can walk around with that. I mean, you do you. If you want to rock out a bold glitter eye at the grocery store at your PTA meeting, you do it. But generally speaking, one does not normally come across that in those situations. Anyway, still a huge favorite, but I do generally tend to pull these out for more special occasions and not everyday wear. Moving on, blush. The blush that I loved 2 years ago, the blush that I'm wearing right now, a blush I still love, and I do reach for it more this time of year, is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in the shade Natural Beauty. And yes, it is a bright strawberry red, but look, I am as fair as I'm gonna get right now, pretty much, and I'm wearing it, and I don't think I look like a clown. You know what I was gonna say? Let me know if you disagree. Just don't. But honestly, it just depends on how much you put on the brush and how much pressure you apply, but it just gives a nice subtle wash of color on the cheeks, really subtle if you want. And if you go, no matter how deep your complexion is, you can add more. It's just a universally flattering blush. And honestly, if you are suffering from a lack of sleep, no matter what stage you are in life, whether you're a mother of a newborn or you're going through insomnia associated with menopause or anywhere in between, if you're exhausted and you want to look like you have some life in you, add a little color to your cheeks. You remember your grandmother telling you that? This is the blush for it. Just wanted to put that out there. Next favorite from 2017 was the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. I'm kind of laughing because that was another thing I recommended in the Sephora sale for this month was the Ghost palette. I didn't get it because I have a lot of stuff already. I don't use that palette as much. The one I just tend to reach for still is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette Luminous Light. And again, it's something I really don't reach for until we get into the cooler months because this does add luminosity. It adds warmth, which I could use all year round to my pale, dead skin. But no, but it does add some luminosity. And when it's warm, I perspire and I don't need any extra shine. But now that the temperature has finally changed, some luminosity is okay because I get a little dry. And this is a really nice finishing powder. So I don't usually go for that whole palette that I loved in 2017. This one is sufficient. Another favorite, still a favorite. I don't know how many, I think this is my third one or fourth. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Pressed Powder. And this is a newer one. I get it in the shade 1, of course. And it's great. I just keep coming back to it. I'm looking for a different one for my purse though, because this does not travel well. It's very fine and it's very thin and it easily shatters. Also, there's no puff. So not that I couldn't go buy one, but there's really not any extra room for one. I'll probably go back to another favorite of mine for powder, which is the MAC MSF in Natural. I'll probably grab that for my purse. Another Charlotte Tilbury favorite, still a favorite. I couldn't even tell you what number 1 this is, of how many I bought. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat, which is just their lip pencil in the shade Pillow Talk. It's what I'm wearing to outline my lips right now. I also picked it up in Iconic Nude recently, and I haven't really reached for that one as much as I thought I would. Just if you're debating which color to get, Pillow Talk is a little bit chameleon in shade. It will go with a lot more than you think it will. I haven't filled in with it. I just outlined my lips. So if they're looking more more than they normally are, it's the lip liner. There's no filler in there. And then I want to talk what's on my lips, because another thing that I don't know if you do or notice or not is that I try to recreate the makeup that I was wearing in the original video. Not today, I did a different eye, but if I have the lipstick or whatever. So the lipstick I was wearing was a Makeup Forever one that I guess I decluttered because I can't find it. But I recently got in PR, Clinique has this new lipstick. Now, if you're a longtime viewer, you know that I was part of the launch of their original Clinique Lip Pop Color lipsticks that come in containers similar to this one. The packaging is color-coded to the shade of the lipstick. Well, they've just recently released the, what are these even called? The Even Better Pops. They're all in like neutral skin, not skin tone. I mean, nobody's this color, but they're all supposed to be flattering sort of neutral shades for your skin tone. And the PR package came with this really cool color wheel. So what you do is you find your shade in their foundation. I am CN02, which is, I think, Breeze in their Even Better foundation. And then there's 3 shades that they recommend. One, their naked look, one for casual, and one for glam. So they recommended Romanced is my naked look. How pretty is she? Isn't that beautiful? And then Blush is my casual look, which is just kind of one shade up from there. And then for my glam look, it's a little deeper, but I guess that's why it's glam, is Tickled. And it's just really, it's a fun concept, and I think they're dead on. So I am wearing a casual look for you today. I'm wearing Blush, and I mean, you name the skin tone though. So they have more of the fair shades on this side, and then the deeper shades here. So for instance, if you are CN127, I don't know what that word translates to, but there are your lipstick shades. That's what the colors are. So really neat concept. I love the formula. I love the packaging. And I really have been wearing out the 2 lightest shades. Haven't gone really glam yet. Moving on to the little bit of accessories and one lifestyle thing from back in 2017. There were 2 pairs of earrings, neither of which are still available, but I'm trying to find duplicates anywhere else on the internet. The first one they're both from Bobble Bar, and the first one were these eavesdrops that they release off and on, so they may come back out as we get closer to the holidays. Ignore my broken nail, I apologize. They came out in a silvery shade, like a white shade, and I just love them in navy. I just think they're so beautiful, and I still wear them all the time. And I have found a couple dupes close on Amazon, but not quite as thick. Also not quite as expensive, so there's that. And then I also still wear these all the time. I actually have bought 2 pairs of these because Rowdy ate one. And you'll see why in a moment. These were called the Parisian feather earrings. And you could see why a hunting dog would think, especially a bird dog, would think these are just awesome. To me, these are really fun for holiday or evening glam because they're a little over the top. But when you put them in your, if you have especially long hair, once they're hidden in your hair, they're not sparkling, so they're a little more subtle than like a full-on drop sparkling kind of chandelier earring. And if you have darker hair, it's even more subtle, but it's really fun, and because they're feathers, very lightweight. And then the other favorite from 2017, which is still a huge favorite, something I use every single day, and honestly has been a very big change for quality of life for me, and maybe for a lot of you. One of the things I've heard the most comments from is regarding this product. It's the Dailies Total One Water Gradient One-Day Contact Lenses Multifocal Lenses. So those of you who have perfect vision, you can go ahead and click out. I'll see you in the next video. But for those of you who not only are nearsighted, but who are now dealing with farsighted issues as well, meaning you can't see close up or far away, and you don't want to deal with bifocals, reading glasses, or wearing one contact for near or one contact for far, or these are basically daily contact lenses that you wear once a day, throw them out, or you wear one day at a time and then throw them out. But they also have the bifocals built into them. They are wonderful. And because they're dailies, they're very, very thin. So if you've had issues with contacts in the past, these are excellent because they're less irritating to the eyes. And there's another brand out there that has multifocal, but they're a little bit thicker. So if you're dealing with dry eyes, which I do, these are a little bit better if you're dealing with dry eyes. This is not sponsored. I just keep buying them. Trust me, they're not cheap. There is that. They're already expensive because they're contact lenses. They're a little bit more expensive because they're dailies. And then they're even more expensive because they're bifocals. But I love them. I've had to have my prescription adjusted over the last 2 years, once so far, but fabulous. And then the last favorite does not exist anymore. It was that Target Love sweatshirt. I mean, it still exists. It's in my closet. I just wore it the other day, but obviously it's gone off the internet, out of Target. My latest sweatshirt, with my luck, will probably be sold out as well. I love the subtle graphic tee. This one says, "Gratitude is the best attitude," and it is. So it's also really cozy, the sweatshirt, that is. So that is it. Those were my favorites from November 2017, and I am happy to say that most of those still are. Oh, there were 2 people that were favorites. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention. The first was Brianna Fox. She is an amazingly talented and just fun to watch YouTuber who I still very much enjoy, and I like to attempt to recreate many of her tutorials. I do not have the talent or face that she has, but I'm very much inspired by her. And she is from Chicago, where I am originally from, so listening to her accent reminds me of where I grew up. And another favorite back in 2017 was Stranger Things, and I haven't even watched the third season that came out this year? Just not into it. I don't know. Maybe now that the days are shorter and the nights are longer, I'll get into binge watching that. So now we're done with revisiting the past. Moving forward, lots more to talk about this month, so make sure you are subscribed. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.